Oh. What the hell, Burton?
He a weirdo.
That's Shorty?
Even how he get in her face, jumping at her like you a weirdo, bro. Do your homework.
That's a little young joint?
This Tatiana girl?
Yes.
Who?
Don't get clips.
Okay.
Look at him.
No.
Alright, y'all. So y'all know we did a few videos on the real freaky weirdo Boston Richey. Do your homework on.
Stop it. Get some help.
See what I'm saying? So y'all know, if y'all don't know the whole story, he got caught snitching and all that. They all that, whatever, folks. You know what I'm saying? Then he started messing. The man like 27, 28 years old. He messing with a girl who just turned 18. He was messing with her before she was 18. Now, if that ain't weird and freaky, I don't know what is. Do your homework. Now he fighting a whole nother case. We finna get into all that information right now.
In the Texas incident, April of 2025, Boston Richey was already on pre-trial release, which we'll later talk about in his indictment for his federal cases, when he got into it with his girlfriend. Now, some say she was underage at the time when messing with Boston Richey, which only add fuel to the story. During the altercation, she picked up the phone and called the police, and Boston Richey was still fighting his federal charges. That call wasn't just about a domestic dispute. It was a violation of his bond. In an instant, he went from being on the streets to sitting back in a cell. Now, before we go over that indictment, video footage from that alleged incident has surfaced online. Check it out.
Oh. What the hell, Burton?
He a weirdo.
That's Shorty?
Even how he get in her face, jumping at her like you a weirdo, bro. Do your homework.
That's a little young joint?
Yes.
This Tatiana girl?
Yes.
Who?
Don't get clips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell, Burton? What the hell, on? What the hell?
Look at him.
No.
Now, so we all clear on the time frame? This all started on
You a
November
weirdo,
7th,
bro. I ain't no coming
2023.
back from shit like that. Like, niggas be saying, acting like, you know, a snitch is the worst thing you could do, gang. If you acting like that towards females, and on top of that, you talking to a girl who barely 18, like twin, you was a weirdo, bro.
Stop it. Get some help.
I ain't, you feel me?
A Northern District of Florida grand jury had returned a multi-count indictment charging Boston Richey and his co-defendants with conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 100 kilograms or more of Mary Jane. Boston Richey was also charged with federal firearm offenses. But then on February 2nd, 2024, Boston Richey appeared before a judge for an initial appearance. And at that time, he was arraigned and released from custody. Since February 2nd, 2024, Boston Richey has remained on pre-trial release and has complied with
Pre-trial release is basically the Fed's version of bail.
the terms and conditions of his pre-trial release. And as mentioned, on or around March 30th, 2025, Boston Richey had an encounter with his ex-girlfriend while at a pool party he had sponsored in Houston, Texas. Now, Boston Richey wasn't arrested
He wasn't
at
even
that time
supposed to be
and was
in
allowed
Texas,
to
bro.
return to Florida after police questioning. It was also worth noting that Mr. Foster was cooperating with police during that said police encounter. Later that day, Boston Richey contacted his pre-trial service officer, Lamar Walker, and advised him about the encounter with his girlfriend and law enforcement officials there in Houston. I'm sure a rep told him what to say via his phone. But Boston Richey wrote, "Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Walker. I was texting you to let you know I had run-ins with the police. A situation happened yesterday, well, earlier this morning after my show, with the girl I've been in a relationship with. We've been having problems. I had broke up with her around my B-Day time, and ever since then, stuff been going downhill. She ended up coming to Houston because she found out she was pregnant. And we had just been arguing on and off all night, and the police got involved. I didn't put my hands on her or anything, but things got heated, and police..."
The only reason he ain't put his hands on her is because he was in a public setting, and even then, your homie had to get between y'all. If it's any time in the world where the girl is sitting here standing still as hell, she not even shocked, she not even jumping, she not even scared, that means she done been here before, gang. That means you been whooping, you been smacking and slapping. You feel me? You want some Diary of Every Mad Black Woman shit, folk, and I ain't gonna lie.
Finish him. Stop
That's
it.
weird.
Get some help.
Only reason, so I'm not, like, you know, gang, you can't try to clean it up and be like, I ain't put my hands on her. Yeah, this time you did, my nigga.
End up being called. I didn't get took to jail or anything. It was her word against mine, and she just been in my...
You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a cup of coffee and BAM! You're tangled in a pile of boxes because the shelf was broken. And just like that, I realized sometimes accidents at work are more than just funny stories. They can actually change everything. Trying to handle a workplace injury on your own? It's like trying to fix the broken shelf yourself. More chaos, more headaches, and it's no guarantee that you'll get what you deserve. You got paperwork, insurance calls, and someone always telling you to wait. It's enough to make you wish you had a secret weapon. But here's the thing, there's a team of people that fights for people just like you. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has been winning cases when everybody else said it couldn't be done. In Florida, someone got $12 million after a work accident, even though the insurance was ready to offer just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a worker was awarded $26 million, which was 40 times the initial offer. These are not just numbers. They're real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, like a legal squad ready to jump into action. Yeah. They've recovered over $25 billion for clients. And they have a long history of helping workers get what they're owed. Because when you're injured at work, you shouldn't have to go at it alone. You can just click the link below or the QR code that's on your screen. No endless waits or confusing forms. Just a quick way to start protecting your rights today. So if you had an accident on the job, do not risk doing it alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan, because even in the toughest workplace accidents, a strong team makes all the difference. And trust me, there's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's because they fight for the people just like you.
Emotional, acting historical, doing anything for attention. And this was a couple of hours ago in Houston. Lamar responded, "Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate the heads up." He then went on the road. "What did she allege you did?" No, excuse his grammar, but Boston Richey responded, "She alleged that I put my hands on her, but she went back and the story changed. And they said they wasn't going to do anything about it." And then Boston Richey also responded, "Good afternoon, Mr. Walker. Just letting you know that they put out a warrant in Houston for my arrest for the situation I already told you about. I obtained a lawyer out of Texas, and the judge scheduled me a walkthrough. Stated that I'm waiting to give them a time and date where it can get handled. My lawyer is talking directly with the judge. On another note, my ex has been in contact with my mom and supposed to be going to the state attorney to do an affidavit to drop the charges, because she said she was emotional from the breakup and blew everything out of proportion, and she ready to go there as soon as tomorrow. I just found out all of this not too long ago, so I'm updating you on everything." He provided his attorney information and said, "This is my new lawyer number. She got it set up where I do a walkthrough Wednesday at 9 a.m. in Houston, as if right now I don't have to be dressed out or booked or nothing, but you can give her a call and she will answer anything for you. Or I can have her contact you and keep you updated with information as it comes." Once again, excuse Boston Richey grammar, but he then responded, "Mr. Walker, they end up letting me do a walkthrough, as I said a few days ago. I didn't have to jail."
And I want y'all to see, niggas can be gangsters they want to be, but this right here, he talking professional and respectful to the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Don't let them niggas fool you, gang.
Go to jail, get
Don't let
booked
them
in,
fool
or
you, bro.
nothing like that. They put me on a leg monitor until I go back to court in June. I can get it took off, I guess. They just did it because my girlfriend. They don't want us near each other. What is the name of the officer who you have to report to in Texas? Also, where are you currently? Sorry about that, but honestly, I saw assistant officer, the main lady. I don't know her name, and they got me where I don't have to report in either. And then Boston Richey wrote, "Hey, Mr. Walker, do you know if I have an active warrant in Tallahassee? I'm an artist. I don't have any plans of running or trying to flee. If I have a warrant, I will surrender myself with no problem." Now, to give clarity, April 8th, 2025, unbeknownst to Boston Richey, a federal warrant was issued for his arrest for violating the terms and conditions of his pretrial release.
Right.
Despite the continuous and numerous contacts that Boston Richey had with various pretrial service officers while on pretrial release, not a single officer called him and advised him there was a federal warrant for his arrest. The next day, April 9th, 2025, Boston Richey turned himself in to Texas authorities and was granted a bond in the amount of $5,000. He was also required to submit a GPS monitor device while on bond. On April 14, 2025, Boston Richey appeared before a judge.
Has he been in jail this whole
hearing
time?
of the warrant and the government oral motion for detention. At the conclusion of the hearing, the judge ordered that Boston Richey be detained pending trial. In doing so, the judge found that there was probable cause that Boston Richey's most recent arrest based in Texas. The judge also found that Boston Richey violated the terms and conditions of his pretrial release by failing to get permission to travel out of state. At the conclusion of the hearing, the judge concluded that there was no condition or combination of conditions that will reasonably assure Boston Richey appearance and or the safety of the community. So for 4 months, Boston Richey had to sit down and incarcerated for his fed case. The trial took place 8/14/2025. Now here's the thing, Boston Richey didn't technically beat the feds twice. He was only found not guilty on the firearm charges. The jury couldn't reach a verdict on the drug conspiracy. So the feds gonna retry him for that. They have a right to. He wasn't found not guilty, but the judge decided to let him out on pre-trial release. The same stipulations that he had previously before. He have a curfew. He restricted to stay at his residence every day from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. He also have to submit the location monitoring as directed by the pre-trial service officer and supervising officer and comply with all the program requirements and instructions provided, including obtaining prior authorization from the pretrial services office or supervising officer for any alteration of this schedule or travel restrictions.
I'm cool, bro. I'm not finna be grown ass man calling another grown man, the police asking him if I can like that shit.
And that was done on August 25th, 2025. Shortly after, a video surfaced of Boston Richey walking out those gates.
Oh shit. They got one boy looking nasty coming up out of there.
They said he looking
Come
nasty.
on, man. Come on, man. Hey, back to what's up, baby. Hey, they thought we were coming up out that hole. What's up, baby? Hey, they thought we were coming up out that hole, man. Them bitches crazy, man.
So here we are today. Boston Richey is out of jail, but not out of the fight. He's free enough to move around, but not free enough to move how he wants. His music career is still shadowed by the paperwork talk. His credibility is questioned every time his name comes up. And with his legal battles fresh behind him, he's walking on thin ice. One slip, one wrong move, and the feds can put him right back where he just came from. Boston Richey's story is the perfect example of how fast things can flip in this game. One minute you standing next to Future ready to blow, pause, and the next your name is tied to allegations. Your freedom is on the line and your career is fighting to survive. He may have walked out of jail, but his fight isn't over. In this culture, sometimes a win isn't really a win. It's just the beginning of the next battle. Y'all let me know how y'all feel.
That shit's stupid. On bro grave. And Ether there put his ass on the damn sex offender list. Do your homework on the sex offender.